Hi, I, Wan Hafiz from K1T2.
Hello, I'm Kang Liang.
Hi, my name is Nur Ayamni binti Muhammad Syabri.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Anwar Aklihi.
Hello, I am Izatul Husna.
Hello, here we want to present our product is panel solar car.
For this project, we as a group members decide that there are three objectives has been concluded. First of all, when the solar car has been used in human daily basis, it can reduce worldwide pollution. Solar energy system and power plants do not emit emission or greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. When the solar energy substitute or decreases the use of other energy sources that have greater environmental impacts, it may have a positive indirect effect on the environment. Secondly, the obvious thing of the benefit of use is making positive impact on the environment, which are to humans, animals, other living things, habitat, and also homes. If your energy source isn't powered by fossil fuels, it's most likely powered by some form of water. Both hydropower and nuclear energy rely on a large amount of water to generate electricity. A dam is often required to control water flow and generate electricity. Damming water has a huge effect on the local environment, which is an issue with dams. Solar panels generate energy without requiring water or having a negative effect on the environment. Solar energy system, according to the US Office of Energy Efficiency and Renewable Energy, will help reduce water consumption in at least 36 states. This will aid in resolving our water shortage problems. We can see that our objective in this project is to reduce worldwide pollution. Second is making positive impact on the environment, and obviously to reduce petroleum consumption in our world today.
The purpose of this project is presenting the advantages of solar energy. Solar energy promote the environment by producing clean, renewable energy from the sun. Alternative to fossil fuels decrease carbon emission both at home and abroad, lowering global greenhouse gas levels. Solar energy is well known for its environmental benefits. For further information, coal and natural gas provide the majority of this electricity produced in the United States. Fossil fuel extraction and use is costly and detrimental to the environment. Solar energy, on the other hand, is both free and plentiful, so we could power the entire world for a year. If we could capture all the sun energy shining on the earth for just 1 hour. Plus, we also can help decrease our dependence on fossil fuels by investing in solar energy, which is one of the most plentiful and coherent sources of energy we have, obviously the sun. Using solar power to generate electricity instead of fossil fuel can significantly reduce greenhouse gas emission, especially carbon dioxide (CO2) when fossil fuels are burned. Greenhouse gases are released, resulting in increasing global temperature and climate change. Extreme weather events, rising sea level, and ecosystem changes are already contributing to the significant environmental and public health concern in the northeast as a result of climate change. The advantages of solar energy are obvious. You can decrease your carbon footprint and increase the health of those around you by saving money on your electric bills. So we can see that the uses of solar energy on vehicle can help in many aspects. First, solar energy is a clean, renewable resources that can be used in place of fossil fuels. Second, solar decrease harmful emission into the atmosphere. They would allow free and less pollution sources produced with the unlimited accessibility. Application of this concept can be utilized to build a single seat for wheel vehicle in practice, serve as a main or alternative source beside fuel to run the car.
Okay, move on to description. Okay. A solar car, also known as a solar hybrid vehicle, is an electric vehicle that is powered entirely or in part by solar energy. Photovoltaic cell is solar panel typically convert the sun's energy directly into electricity. The term solar vehicle normally refers to a vehicle that uses solar energy to power all or part of its propulsion. Solar energy can also be used to power communication, control system and other auxiliary functions. Solar vehicles are currently marketed as demonstration vehicle and engineering exercise, often funded by government agency rather than as everyday transportation device. Indirectly, solar charged trucks, on the other hand, are common and solar boats are commercially available. As we know, the solar car energy use reduce pollution to the environment because using renewable source of electrical energy supplier and less noise produced to surrounding, which caused by the vehicle. Unlimited source of supplier for the engine and lower the budget for the users to gain the expensive energy source as fuel. Last but not least, give an alternative source which is better and friendly use of energy other than the uses of petroleum to continue moving an vehicle even after having an empty tank. The use of solar energy also can decrease demand for fossil fuels, limit greenhouse gas emissions and minimize your carbon footprint by going solar. A single house that installs a solar energy system can have a significant environmental impact. The average home is Connecticut with a solar panel take 8,288 kilowatt of electricity per year. According to the US Energy Information Administration, switching from fossil fuel to solar power reduce pollution by the same amount as planting 150 trees every year in the state. Average home in New York consume 2,248 kilowatt of electricity per year. Using a clean source of energy such as solar panels would reduce carbon emission by the equivalent of burning over 5,000 pounds of coal per year. One of the most significant advantages of solar energy is that it produces very few emissions in the atmosphere. According to a study conducted by the National Renewable Energy Laboratory, widespread solar absorption will dramatically decrease nitrous oxide, sulfur dioxide, and particulate matter emissions, all of which are harmful to human health. Solar power, according to by the National Renewable Energy Laboratory, results in fewer cases of chronic bronchitis, respiratory and cardiovascular complications, and lost work days due to health matters, among other things.
So our target group is to society and all types of people with needs to save up on petrol, to people who prefer environmentally friendly cars rather than gas realizing ones.
So before we go into how the solar car works, let me give you some basic theory on how solar system works first. So firstly, photovoltaic cells absorb the sunlight energy and convert it to direct current, DC electricity. And then the solar inverter converts the direct current from the solar modules to AC, which is alternating current, which is used by most home appliances, as you know. And then the electricity flows through the powering electronic devices, while excess electricity produced by solar panels is fed to the electric grid. Okay, next is about the order of module connection. The solar panel or PV systems, which is photovoltaic systems, electrical contacts are made in series to achieve the desired output voltage, or in parallel to provide the desired current capacity, which is in amperes. Then the conducting wires that brings current away from the modules are sized according to the ampacity and can be made of silver, copper, or other non-magnetic conductive transition metals. In the case of partial module shading, bypass diodes can be integrated or used externally to optimize the performance of module parts that are still illuminated. Concentrators, which concentrate light through lenses or mirrors onto smaller cells, are one type of special solar PV module. This allows the cost-effective use of cells with a high cost per unit area, such as gallium arsenide. Well, about this is just about the higher efficiency. And then next, to help support the panel arrangement, metal frames made up of racking elements, braces, reflector shapes, and troughs are used. Next is about the performance and degradation of the solar panels. So the module output of the solar panels is usually rated under normal test conditions, STC. It's 1000 watt per meter squared, which is area, and then AM 1.5. AM refers to AMS, AM 1.5 of solar range, and then 25 degrees Celsius of module temperature. As illumination temperature and load conditions change, the module's real voltage and current output varies, so the module never runs at a single voltage, current, or wattage. Some of solar irradiance, the orientation and tilt of the modules, cloud cover, shading, soiling, state of charge, temperature, geographic position, and day of the year all affects efficiency. A multimeter or data logger may be used to record changes in irradiance, voltage, and current.
We go to material used in our product. Firstly, the main material we use is solar array. This array is made up of many of the several hundred photovoltaic solar cells. It's collect to electricity. It is the main source of power to the solar car. The power produced by the solar array varies depending on the weather, the sun position in the sky, the solar array itself to the sky. Second item we use in our product is power tracker. Power tracker creation the electricity coming from the solar array to maximize the power and deliver it to the battery for storage or to the belt motor controller for propulsion. When the solar array is charging the battery, the power tracker helps to protect the battery from the damage by overcharging. Electric motor is also the main item for our product. It is because an electric motor is the device using electrical energy to produce mechanical energy. If the item don't have, the car cannot move. Okay, the next item is battery. After the power tracker convert the energy, the energy is usable for the car. It sent to the battery, then the battery can save the energy or store it. Okay, the last item we use in our product is speed controller. The purpose of a motor speed controller is to take the speed replacing the demand speed and to drive a motor at certain speed. Okay. Next, we go through how our product work. The first thing we must know about characteristic of electric is nominal power, open circuit voltage, short circuit current, maximum power voltage, maximum power current, peak power and model reliability. Nominal voltage is classification that inform customer when two piece of equipment fit together. A 14 volt solar panel, for example, is compatible with 14 volt battery bank. The maximum voltage that module will emit when it's not attached to an electrical circuit device is known as the open circuit voltage, or we call that VOC. A voltmeter we use to measure VOC directly on the terminal of an eliminate module or to the disconnect wire. Under normal test condition, the peak power rating is the highest output. Typical module will range in power from 75 watt to 350 watt, depend on their efficient, and we measure roughly 1/2 meter. The test module are bind according to their test result at the time for testing, and standard manufacturer can score their module in 5 watt increment with plus minus 3%, plus minus plus percent, plus 3, minus 0%, or plus 5, minus 0%, being the most popular. The capacity of solar module to withstand damage from storm, frost, heavy snow load, and heat and cold cycle vary by manufacturer. But the majority of solar panel on the market in the United States are UL, which means they have been checked to withstand hail. Most crystalline silicon module produced have a restricted warranty that protect electrical manufacturing for 10 years at 90% of rate of power output and 35 years of 18% power output.
Okay, next we proceed to a better working condition. Okay, a solar panel must have a made up of identical modules aligned in the same direction perpendicular to the direct sunlight for optimum efficiency. The sun's directions varies by latitude and day of the year and can be studied with a sundial or a sun map, as well as monitored with a solar tracker. Differences in module's voltage or current may have an effect on the panel's overall efficiency. Bypass diodes are used to maximize performance by bypassing splits or shaded panels. The special feature for these solar cars, we can see that it does not emit toxic gas. Second, it have low maintenance costs. Then we can see that solar car produce less noise pollution to the environment, and obviously it can save on the oil cost.
So, for our product car, which is the solar panel car, our product price range varies. So it's normally starting from 150,000 ringgit. So as I know, the price varies since the solar panels are still in development. So the price is not actually very stable. So we plan on making a better model of this solar panel so that it can reduce cost and increases its efficiency, so that the real price of the car can reduce, so that all people in the world, even if you are not very wealthy, you can still buy it, because this As you know, this car saves us a lot of money as you do not need to buy petrol.